I have 4 daughters, 3 of them teenagers. So there's already a framework for me to evaluate who's going to be eligible to marry any of my daughter, which is إذا جاكم من ترضى دينه وخلقه فزوجوه. If we don't do that, إنه فساد والفتنة في الأرض.
صح.
Yes. So, what is my framework? Deen na akhlaq. Okay. Let's dig that. Double click.
By the hapo umepata.
Yes. But the question is, how do we measure them? What's the barometer to measure deen akhlaq? Someone has a shishda and a deen. Now, the interesting thing is this. Men are rational creatures, women are emotional creatures. For instance, as a man, this is my God-given right. This is my God-given right by my creator, Al-Khaliq, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as a Muslim woman, growing up in a Muslim environment, governed by the Quran, you know this is there.
Yes.
Why should it be a big deal?
We are finding that the society or the Muslim community is not dealing with it appropriately. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Usada Aisha Muhammad Abdi. So today we are here on our very first episode on Beyond Polygamy. Inshallah, today we have our guest here. I'll introduce him very soon. He's called Nasir Noor, who will share his experience and also engage in the matters in polygamy. So, Brother Noor, karibu.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shukran. Thanks for having me.
MashaAllah. So, of course, polygamy is something that many would not like to discuss about it, and we'd just rather, put it under the carpet. So, as a man, we bring you in our first episode. Bringing a man in the first episode means that, in my mind, I'm telling myself, as a woman, there would not be any polygamy if a man did not even think of getting another wife. So you're the culprit here. Woman, we are saying that yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has brought down a wahi. This ayah has come from Allah, sami'na wa ata'na. There is no way we are going to fight this ayah.
Yes.
We are not, the way we have not fought all other ayahs, we've not gone against it, because Islam means it's Islam. You're submitting yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fully, your whole entire yourself. So we are not fighting against this ayah. We are telling Ya Allah, we have accepted it, but Ya Allah, let us learn how to deal with it.
Yes.
Yeah. So as a man, my question is what makes a man think of coming into polygamy? You already have your wife, your beautiful wife, ako hapo, she's done her best, to keep you as a husband, to take care of your home, wajibat, na watoto and everything. So when does it click to a man that he wants to marry? Is it the ego? Is it because others are marrying? My friends are marrying, now I want to marry, Yeah, so let's start from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, hot seat, eh? You've gone straight for the jugular, the hard question, the first question, the hard question. No problem. I mean, I think most importantly is I'm here just to try and paint a picture of what goes through a man's mind. I don't represent the entire man species. Okay, we men have different tastes and have different way of looking at things. I'm going to share from my perspective is from a normal man. I'm an average Joe, and I'm going to share my experiences or other experiences that I've learned from my peers. Okay, so let me just paint a picture. When a man is getting married, okay, there's all that preparations. You've gone to Qamis, you've donned on that new kanzu,
the igal,
the zaoud, you're smelling like a Saudi prince. That is your day. You feel like royalty. Okay, you go to the mosque for the aqid nikah, and you sit there, and the qadi is on the other side. He holds onto your hand. Adjacent to him is your future father-in-law. Adjacent to him is your father, all beaming with pride.
And this is your first marriage, right?
This is my first marriage, all beaming with pride. And then, of course, you go through the process. Kalimatu ziwaj, zawajtuka, wankahtuka, fulani, binti, fulani. etc.
Yeah, and then you say qabiltu.
Qabiltu tazwijaha. Do you honestly think at that particular point
Eh.
we think about marrying someone else?
I don't think.
Granted. So what goes into our minds? This is my day. I'm finally getting married. I'm a man. I have a purpose in life. I'm getting a companion
Yeah.
for life. I have these plans. We're going to have this amazing life. We're going to have these amazing kids.
Yes.
There's all
And the
these
same thing, with the lady.
Absolutely,
eh?
absolutely.
They opt-
Ambitions and aspirations.
Yes.
Shawazeshwa kitoka hapo, it's pictures, furaha. You go take your wife. And that's usually typically the culmination. I mean, you go there, she's in this amazing veil.
Most beautiful day for her.
Absolutely, she looks like the moon.
Yes.
You place your hand on on her forehead,
Eh.
and you say, "Dua, may Allah grant us this. May make her an amazing wife. Allah give us Turiyatul Saleh." You honestly think during that process and up to that point, we actually say, hey, after 6 months, after 1 year, I have this ambition and tongeza mke mwingine.
Well,
Highly unlikely.
yeah.
For any normal man,
Yes.
it's actually a no.
Okay.
So what happens?
And the same thing with the woman, huh?
Absolutely.
Ah, yeah.
Absolutely. So what happens? So life happens. You start life, you start living together, you start having these plans. And of course, with anything, al-kamalu lillah, you start noticing weaknesses. Both sides, by the way. Yes, definitely. Everybody has
Their weaknesses.
and everybody has
and these weaknesses
expectations.
don't come immediately.
That's exactly my
Yes,
point. If
yes.
you look
maybe
at
mtoto wa kwanza.
if you look at data and you look at, I can speak for myself, you start having this polygamy ideas 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years to marriage.
Really?
Absolutely.
So those who get married after the first child,
Those might be
wengine hata
exceptions.
waongoje hata
Those
mwaka
might be
uishe.
exceptions. I'm talking about a normal
situation.
situation. But you do have what you call outliers.
So standardly,
Yes.
maybe after 2-3 years, that's standard.
I think there's still honeymoon phase, in my opinion.
In 2-3 years, it's
There's still honeymoon phase.
Wow.
You're still finding each other,
Wow.
trying to
Well,
figure it out each
our
other.
people
You've
from our
gotten,
side.
and that's everybody's timeline is different.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sharing my experiences and some
That
of
is
my
why.
peers.
So now I get it.
Yes.
I get from that point
Yes.
also. Yeah.
And even growing up, very rarely as a young man, before growing up, I had this dream of I'm going to have 3 wives, kila moja kona nyumba yake na gari yake. Very rarely. I mean, that's not a normal man.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
But now, circumstances, life is a bit different. And when you start living with someone and then starting knowing them, okay, definitely as a human being, you have certain expectations. So men have different reasons to marry. There are some who have noticed some weaknesses that are fundamental that they cannot live with. Okay, there are some who lust.
That is it. I
Wow.
think and that's
Okay.
what angers us. I
Yes.
think, yeah.
So I'll come to that. And of course, there's a framework. Okay, a woman is married. What did Rasulullah say? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam say? Married because of 4 things. Okay,
Limaliha.
Lijamaliha, limaliha, linasabiha, bididiniha.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
and it does not mean the second wife, the third wife, the fourth wife. You can change that framework. You're still
the same
supposed to
framework.
follow the same framework. Okay. I'll come to that point. If you don't follow the framework, I'll come to that discussion later. What happens to you in the future? So, you've lived with this lady, umemtoa kwao, and during ukiozesha unaambiwa mawadda wa rahma. Okay, so as you go through life, there's amal, there's hope. Alhamdulillah, maskini, there's this weakness that she has. I'll overlook it, and she's doing the same thing for you as well. Okay, so that's one of the number 1 reasons is maybe there's a weakness,
Okay.
a fundamental weakness that maybe you've tried. That's why sometimes it takes long.
I get it.
It takes long, 5 years, 6 years.
get it.
Maybe you've tried to work on it, and it wasn't really successful in terms of that weakness, and it's fundamental.
Okay. It's fundamental, like what?
Fundamental. For example, compatibility or communication. Communication.
There's lack
for
of
example.
communication.
Lack of communication.
Good communication.
Yes,
You're
yes.
not communicating.
You're not communicating.
Especially us women, communication kwetu iko na
And
dhurf kidogo in terms
absolutely.
of saying what you feel. Sometimes we just moody, but you're not saying what it is.
I wouldn't put solely the blame on women.
No, I'm saying
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yes.
Communication yetu
Yeah.
pia.
Yeah.
Yani, it's very hard to find.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not hard. At least
Yeah.
the women nowadays,
Yeah.
we have gone to school and
Yeah.
we know how to express ourselves.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
But in certain situation, a woman is not able to fully express herself
Absolutely.
and fully communicate what is it she's
Absolutely.
feeling, her
Absolutely.
thoughts. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
And
yeah.
even men, we are really inept at communication. I think, in my opinion, women communicate more than men. Men might communicate effectively, but women communicate more. So, and one of the key things, if you look at most of the comments that women talk about, is men don't communicate. You'll see out there, men don't communicate. They keep things to themselves and everything else.
Sana. So you never
ni
know.
hivyo. So
And I think that's also
another
something
thing
that
is
triggers.
also, is unmet expectations. We are human beings. For instance, as a Muslim woman, as a Muslim man, you expect maybe when I wake up for Fajr, we wake up together, I go to the mosque, she takes care of the children, I go to work, I go to take the children to school and everything else.
So unmet expectations.
Unmet expectations, one or the other. Okay. And that also brings to uncommunicated expectations. So now you see communication and uncommunicated expectations. And from a man's perspective, sometimes we appear to be very selfish. As if she doesn't have this, and I've tried to work on it, and it's very important to me, I will seek it elsewhere. And I would like,
Bluntly.
yes, absolutely. And
Rosafi.
Rosafi. And sometimes you'll find, why do when men make it and have resources, which is largely money, is when wanatafuta kwingine. Because we go through, I had it somewhere and it actually made sense to me. We go through certain phases. For example, in our 20 to 30s, it's usually fun. So most likely there, you'd want to have a young wife, you want to explore the world and everything else. So, and you're getting married, maybe 26, 27, especially for us Muslims. So you need mostly entertainment. Okay. Then from 30 to 40 is now settling down. I now want to have kids and stability. Okay. So 40 to 50 is now home owning. Tumejijenga. And that's where a lot of polygamy happens between 40 to 50. Okay, I'm not giving alarm bells to women out there to be extremely paranoid when their husbands cross the 40 mark, but data suggests that between 40 to 50, that's when now a man is a bit stable. He's able to afford more things. Okay, he's able to take care of his wife better.
But
and more.
we do find the polygamous marriage where many, they're also starting polygamy as early as their 30s, very early 30s.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, and like I said, those are outliers. You do have a handful of men who do that in their 30s, some of them even 20s, but those are outliers.
Okay.
Okay,
I get
they're
you.
not the norm. Okay, but the norm, as you can see if you look at data, around 40 to 50. Why? Because even mentally, emotionally, that person has evolved and has grown. Financially, is able now to take care of a woman's needs. You know, the most difficult need to take care of is actually emotional needs. Yeah, you know that. Yeah, you know, financially is very easy if you have the money. It's just a standing order.
Yeah.
You put it on your banking system. You put in your wife there, Ustad Aisha. Every month,
get it.
Beep, beep. That's easy. Physical, utaenda gym hapa na pale, utakula vizuri, you'll be able to take care of that. Emotional needs are the ones that are really been a challenge for a man to make it, because of how we are wired. We are wired in terms of, it's binary, it's zero and ones. We don't understand. We tumelala vizuri, umeamka, you're moody. There's nothing that I've done mbaya. You know, that's very difficult for a man to digest.
It's true.
So again,
We get married even with the wall.
so let's go back to, let's not try to go back. Why do we consider getting married?
So putting all those core points
Yes.
in place very well. So I see more of it is more intellectual. Yani unapiga tu mahesabu hapa.
because men, we are
Si hapa.
cerebrally driven. It's not, yes, you do have, and even when it comes to mapenzi, ukimuuliza mwanamume umempendea nini yule, most of the answers will actually make sense, and not be of the much of the heart.
Yes.
I like her because
Yeah.
she talks very well. I like her because you can actually put it, because matters of the heart, you can't really put them into words.
Skinny.
So when it comes to why we marry, I mean, there's always that.
Yes. Now we
that,
get it.
that element of that's how we are wired. Okay.
Mashallah.
Zuyina linnasi hubbu shahawati minan nisai wal banin and all that stuff. That's how we are wired. Okay.
Yeah. So of course now when we look at it as a married woman, so of course now we are looking in this situation, you as a man who wants to come into polygamy now, and you have all those factors in mind.
Yes.
You've said labda kuna upungufu, labda everything that you've mentioned. For a woman, for her, we are looking at it as women, like, I've put so much into this marriage. I've put so much into this marriage.
Yeah.
I've put my strength, I've put my time, I've put my love, I've sacrificed.
You've invested, basically. You've
Aki ya
invested
Mungu, you have
in all manners.
invested.
Yes.
You've invested in it emotionally, and we women are more emotional people, so we may invest sana hapo ndani. So for us to understand what you are saying takes it's not easy. That's all I can say. You've just said it very vizuri tu, mashallah.
Absolutely.
Umeiandika kama tu formula hapo kwa blackboard, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, for a woman to digest us takes time, and of course ni mtihani kutoka kwa Allah, and we want to be the people that Allah kona radhi nao. So of course it will take time to digest it, and it comes with a lot of pain. So my question is, from your view, how do you want your wife, what are your expectations from your wife to deal with this news of the fact that you want to come into polygamy? You're getting a second wife, so, or a third one, or a fourth one.
Yes.
What are your expectations? How do you expect her to deal with this?
Okay, we as men, we are cognizant this is not an easy thing. Let me just say it out there, okay? And so I'll go back to the question is why we consider polygamy. We consider men have different
reasons why they come into polygamy. The way you've said.
Some of us, maybe there was something lacking. Some of us, maybe because this lady has political alliances and I want to be, I'm an aspiring politician, okay? That goes to one of the criteria.
Last too.
Absolutely, last.
Others are marrying because their friends got married.
So there's now that social aspect is you earn more or you're identified when you have more than one wife.
Sometimes I see in other cultures they say kama anakusumbua mlete mke wa pili ile tu kumkemea.
That is there as well. That is there. So when it comes
different
to
niyas ina malamal biniyat.
Yes, absolutely. Now the interesting thing is this: men are rational creatures, women are emotional creatures. Okay, it's very hard for women to understand the rational perspective.
Yes,
and it's very hard for us to understand the emotional perspective. For instance, as a man, this is my God-given right. This is my God-given right by my creator Al-Khaliq, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Amenipatia this right.
Yes.
And as a Muslim woman, growing up in a Muslim environment, governed by the Quran, this is there. This is there.
Yes.
Why should it be a big deal? So for us,
being rational.
So that's rational, and that's how we are wired.
That is your expectation. That we just accept it.
That's idealistic expectation. Is
you just accept it
and say yes. So we go because now we have mawadda wa rahma. We realize because for one reason or the other, and largely driven by social constructs. Because we've tried to understand why is it a challenge for women. If a woman, for example, grew up and for example like hijab, my 5-year-old daughter has started to wear hijab. Okay, I'm sure by the time she gets to become a teenager, she'll be very comfortable with hijab. So she's been conditioned that way. Okay.
So yes,
So
okay,
from a social
I get
perspective-
you. You're like, why are you making it a big deal?
Yes.
Yet it's something
Yes.
that is already there in the deen.
In the deen.
It's like fara'id, like it is salah and
Absolutely,
everything. So
absolutely.
why would it be a big
Absolutely,
deal? Why don't you
absolutely.
just yani sam'an wa ta'an ala
Yes.
tul? So that is your expectation for her.
Expectation.
Akbali.
However, I'll throw a curveball. If you look at Sarah, okay, Rasulullah also had a tough time with his wife. I think it is Surah Al-Tahrim. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها النبي لما تحرم ما حل الله لك. What happened?
The
These
qissa
two
of-
wives conspired
against one.
against one and got to the Rasulullah to the point where he banned something that was halal.
Yeah.
So those are the lessons that we pick as men.
Yeah.
As men, it's like, hey, come on, Rasulullah went through this. Hey, boss, this is not going to be easy. So ideally, we expect it to be a smooth sailing. But deep down, when we actually sit down and say, boss, it's not going to be easy. So now comes to the question where you're asking me, a young man who's going to come to me and saying, I want to get married. So the first thing, of course, is, okay, you do understand that what you're getting yourself into is not going to be easy.
Yes.
You do understand that. Ideally, it's not supposed to, but the truth of the matter, what was kwa ground vitu different.
Kwa ground vitu
kwa
ni
ground vitu different. Okay? So ideally, if Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had to go through those challenges with his wife, and that was not the bedrock of Islam, what about us, where culture has come in, has twisted, we have all these things that are influencing how we implement deen? It's not going to be easy. In fact, we do have scenarios where we discourage young men from marrying, especially after knowing this person. We know this person cannot handle responsibility or pressure, because pressure comes with this environment. Okay, we actually tell him, I don't think you're able to.
Okay, there's something that's coming to my mind.
Yes.
You know the ayah that says وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا.
Yes.
Like Allah says you stick to one wife.
Yes.
But if you are able,
Yes.
you go to 2, 3, 4. But the original context is stick to one
Yes.
until. Sindio? So, like Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam stayed with Khadija for many years.
Yes.
He never married another
Yeah.
wife. But later on he did.
Yeah.
So kuna vitu ambavyo Allah ameweka sharti
Yes.
kwa mwanaume ndo aweze kufanya nini? Kuoa.
Yes.
So that is adala. Adala yani uadilifu, si ndio?
Yes.
Uadilifu means you're able to provide
Yes.
shelter, food, vitu kama hizo, the basic needs
Yeah.
of the lady.
Yeah.
And also to support her both emotionally, mentally, kukua hapo. So when somebody wants to add another wife, they have to be able to provide both homes with these basic needs that I'm talking about. So if a brother comes and says, hey, yeah, akhi, I want to marry. This should be the conversation. Are you able to do ABCD? And then ukapata ndio anaweza kufanya ABCD.
Yes.
Are you going to still discourage him? What other thing are you looking at apart from this?
The mental state.
So that is also very important.
Absolutely. The mental state of, because let's say
yes,
the mental state of this particular
nice.
individual
Ndiyo,
comes a lot into play when it comes to how is he? Does he have boundaries with his parents?
Yeah.
How is he in terms of how he deals with other people? Okay. So number one, and of course, as people who have gone through it, we do have people who come to us.
So mental health means what?
First, understanding his role as a husband. Okay.
Nice one.
What is his responsibility?
So he has to be fully.
Absolutely. Okay. Number one, if he's going to go through some of this challenge, how is he going to react?
Karajul, like a man.
But you see, sometimes social norms dictate that. Other social norms say, A woman is not supposed to raise her voice to you. Okay? If she does...
So this goes back to the question, who is a man? Who is yani a rajul, mwanaume mkamilifu katika dini, sifa zake ndo gani?
Okay. I have 4 daughters, 3 of them teenagers. Okay. So there's already a framework for me to evaluate who's going to be eligible to marry any of my daughter, which is إذا جاكم من ترضى دينه وخلقه فزوجوه. If we don't do that, إنه فساد والفتنة في الأرض.
صح.
Yes. So, what is my framework? Deen na akhlaq. Okay. Let's dig that. Double click.
By the hapo umepata.
Yes.
Dini na akhlaq.
But the question is, how do we measure them? What's the barometer to measure deen akhlaq? If someone has a shishda na deen, or someone anava kanzu nisfu sak ana deen, or ana akhlaq.
How do we measure that?
So, I remember, I hope I'm not wrong. There was a time during Khalifa Umar bin Khattab radhiyallahu anhu, there was a guy who wanted to vouch for someone else. So he asked him 3 questions. Do you know, you're vouching for this guy? Okay. Have you worked with him before or done business? No.
Yes.
No, I have not done before.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Have you traveled with this person before? No, I've not traveled with this person before. Okay. Have you been a neighbor to this person before? No, I've never. Then you don't know him. Oh, but I see him in the mosque.
Muamala.
So you don't know him. Okay. So the problem is Islam has given us a framework for everything in life. And for us, and it's for the good of us to follow those frameworks.
Okay.
If you don't follow those frameworks, we will come to pay at the end of the day. So
these
someone
are
has
things.
come to me. My daughter, I want to marry your daughter. The criteria is not to determine whether this person akona mke ama hana. It's to determine whether akona din na akhlaq. Period. If my daughter is going to be married at the second wife, third wife, or fourth wife.
Ni kweli Sheikh. By the way, I really agree with you. As women, sisi tumekaa tukisema Sheikh ni yule anavaa kanzu fupi. I mean, that is something that has always been in our mind, you know.
Yeah.
But truly, mwanaume ni akhlaq yake. Mwanaume ni yani rujula.
I agree.
Rujula is all about your deen.
Absolutely.
You have the knowledge of the deen.
Absolutely.
You have taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Absolutely.
You know, you fear Allah with your family, you fear Allah with your household, you fear Allah with your neighbor, with the people that you live with.
Indeed.
So I think I don't think polygamy will be something difficult if these are the kind of men who approach polygamy. The way umesema, mashallah. Now tunaelewa.
I think.
Sasa tunaelewa.
I think that's not
Unajua,
only it. That's just one ingredient.
Unajua, because mimi naweza sema watu tu wamekaa tu kwa gari wako mogoka the whole night. Mtu tu na beshte zake, hiyo ndio ilikuwa story ya Handas. Mimi lazima nioe. Udemu huyu ataniona, unaona? Na asubuhi tu amemka akienda kuoa. Subhanallah, what I'm trying to say is that sometimes men just walk into polygamy without even understanding what is it they're putting themselves into. But the way you're talking, the way unavoileta vizuri, unasema kuwa it takes a fully Muslim man who has submitted himself to the teachings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be the right candidate for polygamy.
So let me take you back. You said maboys wamekaa na jaba nini and the stuff like that. Okay?
Saa zingine huwa ni story ya jaba.
I agree. But the question is this. This person msewa jaba amekaa, whether it's Kobil or something, anasema nataka kuoa.
Sasa amejam na wife
Amejam na wife.
Mbaya.
Okay. Ameenda anataka kuoa Ustadh Aisha, for example. Okay? What metrics are you going to use to measure him?
As a woman?
Yes.
Allahu Akbar. I'm going to look if first is of course dini yake. Okay. Akhlaq, uonage akhlaq ya mtu mpaka uishi naye. So utaangalia pia mfuko wake. Okay. So basic things.
So just let me interject a little bit.
Juju.
Let me interject a little bit. With akhlaq is, you know, sometimes when you ukipeleka posa waulizwa wafanya kazi wapi. Sometimes it's not just to judge your financial ability. It's for people to do their due diligence. Let's say I work at Dawa Center. Oh, really? Oh, mashallah, that's good. Give us time. So my job, for example, as a father, is to do diligence on the man who's going to marry my daughter. Okay? Because we both know you spend about 8 hours at work. So you come in at 8, you leave it at 4. You spend a lot of time during your life at work. And that's where people know you better. So for me is to find out from the people that you work with what type of person you are. Muhammad, kuna mtu aitwa Muhammad Dawa Center. Who do I know? And now you have tools. You have LinkedIn and stuff like that. You can know Muhammad is working at Dawa Center. There's this person. Can I reach out to this person? Look, there's Muhammad. Tell me about Muhammad. But we don't do that.
We don't do that. I think parents. Parents.
Yeah. And it's not just for...
Ama siku hizi pia wasichana unajua tunajifanyia our own background checkup.
And that's the thing
that's where
we as parents we go wrong.
Even women we go wrong.
Definitely women
you
don't
need
know
protection. The guy very well.
Women need protection. Look, I'm a man. I
know
he's
ticked all your box most of the time.
The question is
kwanza ukisikia anafanya Dawa Center si unajua sasa ndio umeolewa na wale.
Absolutely. You see the question is you created those boxes, so you're already biased. The boxes that this man checked, okay, you created them.
Yes, of course,
okay?
You create boxes.
So you're already biased, especially if you have feelings for that man. You're already biased. So you need an impartial person, a third party, to give you a different perspective
of that person.
Okay. Sawa, huyu bwana kazi yake dawa. Okay. Is it a full-time job? Is he able to provide food on the table? Okay. He's able to take care of you in all ways. You get me? Yeah.
Barakallahu fik.